Hey up guys, S-Man back at it again with another video reviewing the Pokemon Horizons anime. Now, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe for more content like this in the future, and like the video, and even leave a comment about your thoughts on the episode. Now, let's get right into Pokemon Horizons review. This episode begins with them finally arriving in Paldea, the long-awaited region from the Scarlet and Violet games, which is beautiful. I just love walking around the Paldea cities of Mesagoza, seeing the Naraha Academy, and seeing some routes from the game with just Pokemon you find in the game, like the Jump Pluff and the Skip Loom and the Tauros even in the background. Now, I just want to get this out of the way. Dot had a miniature subplot about her washing her suit and getting out of her room that leads to a funny joke of Liko looking at the suit and going, interesting, and then walking off. That's really it for Dot in this episode. But yeah, the real episode is about Liko and her future. You see, the Rising Volt Tackler's whole goal was to deliver Liko home to her father, who is afraid about her being on a journey. But Liko wants to stay on this journey, so the episode is more about her building the courage to tell her father to let her stay on the journey, which I felt was great development for Liko, because we had to see Roy do the same thing with his grandpa, get his approval. Now, Liko's father seemed like a nice, reasonable man, but would he let his daughter out in this dangerous world where she's being hunted? We will find out the answer later on in this review. Another major part of this episode is basically Sprigatito being a little jealous. We see when Liko, Roy, and Frieda arrive at her home, Alex's Fido immediately runs to Liko and embraces her, and she loves it, which makes Sprigatito a little jealous. But throughout the episode, we see Sprigatito be a little rebellious towards her and even leave her for the night, which leads to Fido and Sprigatito having a nice moment together at night, and even Alex painting a nice portrait for her, which actually is a great part, because I didn't know Alex was a painter, but this ties into a future episode, next episode. But the fact that he is a painter ties into a future episode, being next episode, which is definitely going to be interesting later on, quickly. But yeah, Liko doesn't notice Sprigatito's jealousy due to the fact that she, of course, is worried about having to leave the Volt Tacklers. We get also a really nice moment of her on the ship, and Dot even sending her a message about her and Sprigatito should stay up with them. And then she talks to Orla and Molly, where she decides it's time to take her own path, running home to tell her father her wishes. Where she is attacked by Lechonk, but since she has no Pokemon, she kind of has to just run from it while it charges at her, until Sprigatito saves the day. Dun, da, da, da. And the two reconcile to take down Lechonk. Now, I kind of wish Liko did catch it. It would have been cool seeing we're 9 episodes in and she hasn't caught anything yet, but hey, it doesn't matter. There's always future, especially with the potential of her taking on the gyms. After this, Liko tells her father her wishes to stay with the Volt Tacklers, which, seeing how much she's grown in the short time she's been with them, he accepts. Which is great development for him too, because I really liked Liko's dad. I hope we really see him more, and it'll be interesting to see more of Liko's family. Like her mom, where was she? We know her dad's a painter, but what's her mom do? Another really interesting part of this episode was Fried talking with Liko's dad, nice scenes, and Roy doing a little studies about the Black Rayquaza, which Liko's father actually has information on, leading to next episode. Apparently, a friend of his has actually seen it. And that friend being Brassius, a fellow painter. Like I mentioned earlier, Liko's father is a painter, so is Brassius. So this basically interaction was meant to happen. They're friends, or somewhat friends, which is really interesting, seeing that these original characters are on good terms with the game character. I also think it would be interesting if he's also on good terms with Hassel, a fellow artist and the art teacher of the Naraha Academy. But yeah, that was really it. It's really good development for Liko, good pushing the plot forward, and an excellent introduction to Paldea. Getting a nice glimpse of our main city, along with just setting up the plot that's going on next episode, which I gotta say I'm hyped for. Nemona's here, Brassius is here. I think this is when Horizon's gonna really start cooking. Horizon's been really good so far, with me giving most episodes like between a 7 and an 8, but I've been waiting for it really to begin, because the previous 8 episodes all felt like more of an introduction than a full-on just series, but now that we got the introductions, we know these characters, it's time to actually start moving the plot forward, which is gonna be great. But yeah, I give this episode a 9 out of 10. Great introduction to Paldea and some great development for Liko and just pushing the plot forward like I mentioned earlier. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe for more content like this in the future, because Pokemon Horizons anime is here, is finally cooking up something interesting.